guys, it's Elizabeth from ELTS Adventures. I've got another video for you today, and today I'm going to be talking about some cruise news. I found a couple different stories. I look at the like the boards and stuff like that on Cruise Critic, and they had some. They always do. They have a cruise news section on their website, and I just found a couple stories. One of the stories I found from their website, and the other one I had been seeing stuff about it here and there, but I just haven't really heard a whole lot. And I haven't seen any of you guys really talk about it like on Facebook and stuff, so I just wanted to mention it. So for the first story, this happened probably a little over a week ago. And a crew member from the Norwegian cruise line, had fell overboard, and it was the, Norwegian Getaway, and the cruise ship was about 28 miles northwest of Cuba, and one of the crew members, fell overboard. And people were saying that they saw him fall at different times. You know, the stories don't really add up, but according to like the Coast Guard, and stuff like that, he had fell overboard. It was around like 3:30, I believe it said, in the afternoon. And immediately, whenever it was reported, the Coast Guard got a helicopter, airplane, and immediately began searching for him. And you know, they didn't find him. I'm sure eventually they give up. But the next day, I think he had been in the water for like 22 hours. And luckily, the Carnival Glory was on a cruise, and there happened to be one of the hotel stewards. I don't know if that means like a room steward, or if it meant like a passenger on board happened to be a hotel steward. I think it means the room steward, though. I guess they were cleaning, or walking or doing their thing, whatever, and they spotted someone in the water. They saw a man in the water, and they were about 21 miles north of Cuba. And so the person that saw him, the hotel steward, went and told the bridge officers, and they immediately took action. They reduced the ship's speed, and they actually reversed their, like the way that they were going. They turned around, basically, and they lowered a lifeboat and actually rescued the man. So kudos to Carnival, and specifically the Glory, for thinking fast and wanting to do something. I mean, very easily, I'm not sure if the Carnival Glory was on like an actual, if there was passengers on this cruise and they were going to Cuba or going away from Cuba, or what. I didn't really read that part. But if there were passengers, they probably thought, well, what are we doing, But then when they realized that they were rescuing someone, in my mind, if I was on a cruise, and it started slowing down and turning around or backing up or whatever it did, at first I would be a little confused too, like, what's going on, what's happening, is something wrong with the boat, like, what's going on, but, kudos to Carnival, definitely, for, they could have just easily kept going and just ignored it, or they could have just called over the radio, hey, we found the man that fell overboard from Norwegian, we're just going to keep going though, but you guys, he's over here, that kind of thing. But, so this is not the first time that Carnival has, thought fast and, not necessarily rescued someone, but just thinking fast, in situations like this. But they quickly, as soon as they saw it, and as soon as the bridge officers got word of this from the steward, they immediately took action, and that was just amazing to me. And I read the story a few moments ago just to write down some notes. And I think the story was updated on July 3rd, and it said that the man was being treated, and that as of that time when the story was updated, he was in stable condition. So, I mean, if the Carnival Glory hadn't have been out there, who knows how long it could have been before he would have been found. He could have been dead, and not only that, but, this heat, this time of year is awful. I mean, and I'm sure he was probably dehydrated. Who knows if he was injured? I haven't read anything like that, but, if Carnival Glory wouldn't have been out there, he could have been dead by the time another ship or a boat, whatever, would have come by there. And not everybody would have stopped and tried to rescue and tried to help. So, and who knows how many You know, there could have been other ships or boats or whatever out in that water that, you know, between in just those 22 hours, and no one had stopped to help. But thankfully Carnival, you know, they thought, okay, well, you know, who knows what happened to this man, who knows how long he's been out here, let's stop and help, you know. So so that's the first story. So that and that had happened, I mean, this was, you know, at least a week or more ago when this happened. And then, you know, of course, the man was out there for 22 hours in the water. So now that the water is cold this time of year, thank goodness this wasn't, you know, like in December, he would have been froze to death. But, you know, the heat is bad enough, you know, so. And then the second story, I actually have, well, I used my father's Netflix account. And so this I'm excited for. And if you guys haven't heard about it, I'm going to link something in the description to read about this. But there's a new movie coming out on Netflix. It's, you know, exclusively for Netflix. It's going to be, I guess, like a Netflix original movie. And it's going to be on there on August the 3rd. And the movie is called Like Father. And it's got Kristen Bell, Seth Rogen, and Kelsey Grammer. And the reason why it's made cruise news today is because it is featuring Royal Caribbean's cruise ship, Harmony of the Seas. In the movie, Kristen Bell plays this woman. She was supposed to get married and she got left at the altar. But she decides that she don't care. She's going to go on her honeymoon cruise anyways. And she's going to make the best out of it, even though she's just went through this terrible thing where she got left at the altar. She's going to make the best out of it. She's going on this cruise anyways. And she takes her father with her. And now her father, in the trailer that I watched, she hasn't seen her father since she was 5. So it's like he showed up at her wedding unannounced, you know, and hadn't seen or heard from him since she was 5. And she decides that she's going to go on this cruise, and they, you know, she ends up, I guess, inviting him to go. It looks like in the trailer that they get drunk, and, you know, they're just partying, living it up, and then she wakes up and she's like, you know, on this cruise ship, you know, like she don't remember because she was so drunk. But apparently they go on this honeymoon cruise anyways, but it's her and her father, and she ends up meeting this guy on the ship, and he is played by Seth Rogen, and they actually develop a relationship. But it's, you know, it takes place on Royal Caribbean's Harmony of the Seas. And in the trailer, you'll see, you know, different parts of the ship and stuff like that. You actually see, like, the full ship, you know. And in one part of it, like, it's showing Kristen Bell's, the guy that plays Kristen Bell's father in the movie, he's on the Wave Rider. So, I mean, you know, it's just really cool that, you know, that they would actually choose, like, you know, an actual popular ship. They could have, you know, chose something that wasn't quite popular, that no one had really heard of, but they chose this ship to feature it on. And in the trailer, it doesn't tell you, like, where this cruise is going, whether it's going to, like, the Bahamas, whether it's going, you know, where, or where it's even going out of. It doesn't tell you that in the trailer. And I originally had planned on, whenever I was going to do this video, I was going to, like, insert a clip of the trailer, but my fiance told me that I probably should not do that because I'd probably get, like, a copyright thing on my video. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to link the trailer from YouTube in the description below. So if you guys are interested, you should definitely check out the trailer. It seems like it'll be such a funny movie, but I just thought it was really neat that it was Royal Caribbean. So that's why I decided to feature it. And again, if you have to have Netflix to be able to see this movie. It's not going to be in theaters or none of that, but it's going to be on Netflix on August the 3rd. I know for sure I'm going to be watching it. I'm going to watch it as soon as it hits on August the 3rd. I'm going to get on there and I'm going to watch it. And then what I'll do is I'll do another video, like a review of it, and might possibly try to insert clips of it here and there, but I'm not really sure about that because I don't want to get copyrights on my videos. So yeah, so we talked about the Norwegian cruise line crew member falling overboard and getting rescued by Carnival, and then we talked about the new movie, and again, it's called Like Father. And so I personally can't wait for the movie. I watched the trailer and it looked really interesting, looks really funny, like a good entertaining comedy movie. So again, I'm going to link it down below, the trailer, for it, and it's on YouTube. So I'm just going to link that down below and go check it out if you're interested. And then I'll also try to link, where I found the information about the Norwegian Cruise Line crew member, the updated story. I'll try to link that down below, so that if you guys have not heard that story and want more details on it or whatever, you guys can check that out for sure. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this cruise news video today. I'm going to try to possibly do more of these as, you know, things happen in the cruise industry, you know, with ships that we actually are familiar with. So yeah, so I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and give it a big thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And if you are not new and you've been here for a while, I hope that you have enjoyed watching my videos, and I hope that you will continue to watch my videos. And if you're on Facebook, I have recently started a Facebook group for ELTS Adventures, and I can't remember the name that I put as of right now. I think it's like ELTS Adventures Cruise Buddies or something like that. I can't remember exactly how I worded it. But if you guys are wanting to be a part of that group, send me a message on Facebook, or even I think now YouTube has the new message feature, so send me a message, or just head on over there to the group and send me a member request, and I will approve for you guys to be in the group. I always post when videos are going to be coming out, if videos are going to be late. That's just my preferred way of communicating with all of you guys, and as well as communicating with each other. I want people to be able to get on my group and, you know, really, you know, bond with each other. If you have questions about cruising, there you can find people over there that have been on several cruises that know their stuff. And I try to make at least, you know, a post every day, you know, whether it's just like a good morning kind of thing, or whether it's actually something interesting that's dealing with cruising or vacations. It's not just about cruising, because that's not what I'm all about, because I haven't been on a cruise yet, but it's about vacations as well. So like if you're planning on going on a vacation to like California, you know, you can get on there, and there might be somebody in that group that's been to California that can help you, you know, planning places to go, things to do, whatever. So if you're not part of that group, please head on over to Facebook. The link is down in the description. Head on over there, send me a request to be in the group, and I will gladly accept it. And I hope you guys will come back for more videos, and I hope you guys have a good day. Alright guys, bye.